I am nervous today and a little uncertain of myself, but today is September 16th, 2025, and this is my testimony. I'm going to read it to you because I've been writing all day in my journal, and I don't think I could deliver the message any better in any other manner. 7 years ago, I was set on fire by my husband. We had been married 15 years. The entire relationship was marked with gaslighting, emotional and physical abandonment, backhanded compliments, straight out insults, cruel criticisms, and infidelity and addiction that I couldn't see at the time. 2 months later, I woke up from a medically induced coma that helped me survive third and fourth degree burns to the upper 35% of my body. He was there when I woke, after never being questioned about what happened. We lived in North Georgia. And the officer at the scene noted that I made no accusations of wrongdoing as I stood faceless, talking to them while the paramedics were en route. I remember standing on my driveway, still full of pure adrenaline, naming my kids and loved ones individually and asking that they be told that I loved them. Within 24 hours, the case was closed based on statements at the scene. They believed the narcissist when he said it was an accident. We had been sitting by the fire pit. He was squirting the lighter fluid, and there was a flash, so he said. Somehow, it burned me, sitting beside him. I caught fire, but not him. That was the story. No further questions were asked of him or me. There were no TV detectives by my bedside when I woke up. Instead, there was my abuser kissing my face, professing his love and telling me how bad the accident had been and how sorry he was. I was on fentanyl, Ativan, and a variety of other meds that made it possible to survive the pain. The Ativan causes memory gaps. It had been added at my husband's insistence to control my anxiety that he reported to the doctors. As I lay in a coma, he had been terribly focused on telling them about my mental health. He reported that I was bipolar and non-compliant with my medications. The medications he told them about were meds that he was supposed to be taking, but wasn't. Nobody checked. In reality, I was on Wellbutrin for depression and anxiety. Nobody checked. I remember the never-ending dreams I had in the coma. Some were nightmares. All were based on me trying to find my family. Some were based on the physical pain of debridement that I was feeling. I had no idea what was happening. I didn't remember what happened in the coma or when I awakened from it. My mind suppressed it for years. I was still in survival mode as the person who emotionally tortured me for 15 years was in charge of taking care of me. He can't even take care of himself. After 6 months, I left the hospital and the passive-aggressive narcissistic game started all over again. He told me I needed more meds. Because I thought I smelled smoke in the house and repeated myself 5 times. He stole my pain pills and took more of them than he gave me at a time that I was unable to medicate myself. He would claim he was worried I was constipated by the meds, and on 3 occasions put massive amounts of liquid laxative in my feeding tube without telling me. So much that I woke up laying in my own feces, wondering how I could do something like that. We slept in the same bed. I guess that hurting me was even worth waking up in my excrement. He insisted that I go places and do things I didn't want to, like going to the lake for the 4th of July in the Georgia heat in a wheelchair with skin grafts that can't sweat, so your body is always fighting to regulate your temperature. I was hospitalized with the original COVID that same evening. He went away for the weekend with his man friend to a cabin to go four-wheeling. I wasn't supposed to be left alone, but he argued that he hadn't been able to do But he argued that he hadn't been able to do anything for 2 years. What about him? The list goes on. I'm trying to document it all before I forget. He is the most unwell person I've ever met. He is a monster that has hurt other women as well. He is a registered offender in the state of Florida, but is not on the Georgia registry. He is certain to fatally injure someone someday, if he hasn't already. The only thing I can do is bring awareness. I slept with my only enemy for almost 20 years, and then God called. I slept with my only enemy for almost 20 years, and then God allowed me to see the truth, but only when I was ready. First, he restored me physically. I not only learned to walk, talk, and swallow again, but I learned to hold my makeup brushes again, to write again, to get back up when I fell. I learned to love and celebrate my own strength and accomplishments when no one else was. That coma was actually a cocoon. And although I couldn't see it, it was me coming into alignment. Today marks exactly 1 year since I packed up a rental car with my friend Jeanette and my dog Grady and started driving towards LA to get my nose reconstructed by Face Forward International. I didn't plan to stay, but now I'm sitting in my own house rental with an agent and a publicist and new friends, people who cheer for me and would never hurt me. I always wanted to live in LA. As a child, I planned to move here the minute I turned 18. I was 52 before it actually happened, on God's time, not mine. I hope there's something that you took from this story that will help you heal today. That's why I tell it. I love y'all. And you have to remember that whatever you're going through, this too shall pass.